The first thing I saw was a photo of them together, naked. I was shocked as I stared at the screen in disbelief. It wasn't just the photo itself that shook me to my core. It was the knowledge that came with it, that everything I had feared in the last few weeks was true. The gut-wrenching suspicion I had tried to suppress was now staring me in the face. There were more photos, more evidence, but I couldn't tear my eyes away from the first. How did we get here? My wife and I have been together for 7.5 years. We've built a life together, got married 2.5 years ago, and raised our 11-year-old, who just recently got braces. We've dreamed of our future together, planning vacations, talking about all the things we wanted to do and places we wanted to go. But over the last month, things started to change. The distance between us grew palpable, the silence after our once effortless conversations stretched longer, and the disconnect, though unspoken, was screaming at me. It wasn't just a feeling, though. I came home a few times to find her on the phone, something she never did before. She's never been much of a talker when it comes to phone calls, and that stood out to me like a red flag, waving furiously in my face. I'm in real estate, but I've recently been picking up extra shifts at my healthcare job too. I figured maybe my long hours had started to affect our relationship. Maybe the strain of balancing work, home life, and raising our child was getting to her, to both of us. But what I didn't expect was that someone else was already filling that void. The first time I confronted her, I hadn't yet discovered the extent of the affair. I had no idea about the naked photos or the long, drawn-out conversations they shared, but I had seen enough to know something was wrong. I'm not proud of it, but I invaded her privacy. I looked through her tablet. She doesn't usually use her social media there, but I had to know. I found a few photos and screenshots of their 3.5-hour phone conversations and how they would chat on Instagram voice messages throughout the day. That alone crushed me, but then I found out more. Their conversations weren't just friendly, they were sexual, intimate, and filled with confessions of love for each other. I waited a few days before confronting her. I needed time to process what I had discovered. When I finally brought it up, she told me that he was just a dear friend she had reconnected with from her past. But I knew better. I laid out what I had found, and she couldn't deny it any longer. That's when she dropped another bombshell. She said she wanted to talk to me about opening up our relationship, exploring polyamory, but she was too afraid to bring it up because she thought I'd dismiss it. She claimed she hadn't planned to have this affair, that it just happened, but I wasn't given a choice. I wasn't even allowed to be a part of that conversation. Instead, I was left to discover the truth on my own, one excruciating piece at a time. As the days went by, the trickle of truth continued. She assured me there had been no physical contact, as the affair partner lived out of state, but the emotional and sexual bond they shared was undeniable. They sent each other naked photos. She mailed him a shirt with her scent on it, things I didn't even want to imagine, let alone see. It was the little betrayals, like these hidden details, that left me feeling more and more shattered every time. It's been 12 days since I first confronted her, and we've spent those days trying to talk, trying to figure out where we stand, what we can do to fix this. I love her, and I want to reconcile, but it's impossible to heal when I'm constantly discovering more lies, more things she's kept hidden. I've been asking for full honesty, begging for it, really, because without it, I don't know how we can move forward. I want to believe she's choosing me, that by stopping their conversations and cutting him off, she's committing to us, but her actions make it so hard to trust that. Around day 6 after the initial discovery, I asked her to go full no contact. It was unbearable knowing they were still connected on social media, that even if they weren't talking directly, they could still reach out to each other with a like or a comment. And sure enough, despite her saying they hadn't been talking, I found that she had been liking his old posts, and he had been liking her stories. In my mind, that was communication silent. Yes, but still a way for them to stay linked, to remind each other they were still thinking about one another. She insists that she loves me, that she's choosing me by not speaking to him. But how can I believe that when she keeps finding ways to stay tethered to him? Tomorrow is our first counseling session. We've never done couples therapy before, and I have no idea how to even begin there. How do I bring up the fact that I'm heartbroken, angry, and insecure while still wanting to work things out? How do I tell the counselor that I feel like a fool for even considering staying? That I feel like I'm constantly snooping, invading her privacy just to find the truth she should be giving me freely? I don't want to live my life like this, always second-guessing her, always wondering if she's being honest. I can't keep waking up every morning and wondering if today will be the day she finds another way to connect with him, or if in a few months or years, I'll discover it happening all over again. We have a home together, a life, and a child who looks up to us. What would this mean for him? How would I explain to him that his family is breaking apart because his mom was in love with someone else? I'm terrified of what this means for our future, both together and individually. What if I stay, only to end up being hurt again? What if I leave, only to discover later that we could have fixed things, that we could have come out stronger on the other side? I'm not blind to my own role in this. I know that somewhere along the line, I probably failed her too. Maybe I wasn't present enough. Maybe I didn't give her the love and attention she needed. Maybe I let work and life get in the way. I try to take accountability for that, for the fact that our relationship was in a place where she felt lonely enough to seek out someone else. But I can't help but feel like no matter what I did or didn't do, she still made the choice to have this affair, to keep making that choice every day that she continued it. The hardest part is seeing her so heartbroken too. I know she's hurting, missing this other person, and it breaks my heart to think that maybe she misses him more than she misses me. I'm human, and I'm trying to step outside of my ego and my pride, but it's hard. I wonder if she even thinks about me the way she thinks about him, if she'll ever look at me with the same love and desire again. I don't know what I'm asking for. Maybe I'm looking for hope that we can get through this, or maybe I just need someone to give me the strength to walk away. I'm scared that this is going to consume me, that the jealousy and insecurity will eat away at me until there's nothing left of the person I used to be. But at the same time, I don't want to give up on us, on the life we've built together. I don't want to wake up in 3 years and realize I made the wrong choice, that I let fear and betrayal win. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, they say. But right now, I'm lost in the dark, and I don't know which way to turn.